Hurricane Beryl is now lashing parts of the USA and Mexico with high winds and heavy rain days after it caused havoc across the Caribbean. Evacuation orders have been issued for several coastal areas of Texas, and thousands of people have been left without power as the storm heads further north. From Central America, here's our correspondent, Will Grant.
After Beryl wrought havoc in the Caribbean and Mexico last week, now the United States is feeling the effects of this uniquely early, uncommonly powerful storm. As the hurricane's outer bands of rain lashed parts of the Texas coastline, forecasters warned of the potential for dangerous storm surges in Corpus Christi and Galveston. Packing sustained high winds of around 70 miles an hour, several counties have issued evacuation orders, and thousands could be left without power, even in and around Houston.
Just know it's going to be wet, it's going to be windy, and it's going to be dangerous. Do not go out between 12 midnight and 12 noon tomorrow.
Ahead of Hurricane Beryl making landfall, Texans made last-minute preparations. Homes have been boarded up, storm shutters put in place, and many residents have stocked up on petrol for their generators and other vital supplies.
This is actually the first hurricane I'm going to be experiencing.
I mean, we go through this all the time. Every time there's a storm out there, like I said, and everybody gets kind of crazy, and you got to kind of prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
As the storm moved through the region, it has strengthened and weakened. At one stage, it was the earliest Category 5 storm in Atlantic hurricane history. Experts say the warming of the oceans caused by human activity has made recent hurricane seasons busier and more intense than ever. By the time it struck Mexico, it had lost some of its power. Yet even here, including in the tourist resort of Cancun, there was widespread flooding and power lines were brought down. The real damage, though, was in the Caribbean. Smaller islands, particularly off Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, were left in ruins. At least 10 people have been killed, and the cost of Hurricane Beryl across the region is vast. In response, the United Nations has promised millions in emergency relief funds, but with some communities having lost almost everything, it may be years before they fully recover. Will Grant, BBC News, Mexico.